Oh, finally. Hello, how are you? Welcome, I'm on this one. Hello. Oh, look, my hair's out of place. What's going on here? Just one moment, having a wardrobe malfunction. Makeup? Oh, we don't have makeup, that's right. Hi, how are you? It's lovely to see you. This is Shop on TV with me, Rob Lock, with an E. And we're getting into bed, ladies and gentlemen. I know I don't know you very well, but come join me anyway. And somebody else who's decided to do that on the other side of the bed, my partner in sleep, Alex Knowles. Hello, mate. I haven't seen you for ages.
Delighted to be back with you. I really am.
Yeah, am I? Sorry, I think I'm sitting in the shadow over here. Yeah. No, it's a good thing. My best side is when I turn my back to the camera. How are you anyway? Now,
really good, mate.
Good.
Really, really good. Glad to be here. I'm still wandering the corridors of the world, prophesizing about sleep and pillows and duvets and mattresses to people. So, as I say, it's really great to be back, obviously, with and again with Morel.
Well, because I've had a stab at the Morel.
Yeah.
I think we've all had a stab at the Morel.
What do you think?
No, it's a great pillow, but nobody explains it quite as well as you do.
Well, but you know what? The beauty of doing this is what I love about doing this job as well, because most people, when you think about pillows, it's something you probably at home will buy from a supermarket. You'll just take it off the shelf. You'll probably see one of the big branded names. You think, well, it's got that name to it, it must be good. And so many people go home and they moan and complain about their pillows.
I usually go by price. I look at the sticker price, yeah.
But equally, how much as well. People try and work out how much it is to spend on a pillow. What I love about doing these shows, what I love about the next hour and a half that I've got here with you is I can show you.
Yes.
So what I'm going to tell you about this pillow, for example, this pillow is a pillow, this should be the last pillow, certainly design, that you ever sleep on. This is a pillow that will always go back to its original shape. It is a pillow that will always support your head. It's super soft and comfortable, and it's breathable. Now, I've just made a load of statements there that you'll find on a lot of pillows in supermarkets that might be written on the packaging. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by this. I mean, see with me pressing down on the pillow at the moment. First and foremost, this is a pillow that has patented technology in it, which means, as I was saying before, it will never, ever flatten down. No matter how long you lie on this pillow, no matter how heavy you are.
Yeah, and I'm heavy.
And it could be, do you know what, it doesn't have to be a head on here, it could be your back. If you're leaning back on it, this pillow will always go back to its original.
I learned from our director, Paul, that last night I think it was, that he likes to sit up and read or watch telly in bed.
Yep.
He has two Morel pillows. He has one that's medium firm that he puts behind his lumbar region to support his back, and then a medium soft, or to his lower back, and a medium soft that goes on top of that to support his upper back.
Yep.
So he creates this sort of zone of comfort.
And the reason why it gives you that zone of comfort as well is because of the technology that's gone in here. Because I don't want people at home thinking, well, yeah, it's a pillow, right? This isn't a pillow. Whenever I'm asked to describe, because I always talk about it and I get excited and people say, well, it's a pillow though, what is the difference? To me, this is more of a game changer than it was when we first got memory foam. When people start to get memory foam pillows, they were going, oh, wow, you've got to try one of these pillows because you sink into it and it's different. This is different as well, and the reason why it's different, what you get at home is what you're looking at here, which is obviously it looks like a beautiful standard lofty pillow. But inside it, if you were to cut this pillow in half, for example, you will see that there are little ties. Now, we've got purple ties there on your screen.
Yeah.
What they do, it's like a hammock for your head. So when I can describe it. So, no matter how heavy your head is, whether it's your 10-year-old son or daughter's head, or whether it's your grandmother's head, you could have the heaviest head in the world. That pillow will support and give you a complete bespoke experience, because as your head goes on the pillow, you see those arrows that are coming up and round. It cradles, supports, lofts, pressure, counter pressure to your head anywhere on that pillow. And I've got a bowling ball, which I'm going to show you in a little while, to exactly show how this works. But when you move your head, when you sit up in bed, when you turn your head, it will always go back to its original shape for two reasons. One, the pillow can't valley. So when we talk about pillows, right, most people that have a pillow at home that might be a feather and down pillow, for example, or even like a hollow fiber pillow, it valleys, it channels in the middle, so you end up waking up, right, and you're bunching it, trying to get all the filling back in.
Because all the filling goes to the side.
Exactly. With this pillow, and I'll show you here, This I've got with me here.
With your trusty head substitute.
With my trusty substitute, £10 this is. This is a £10 bowling ball. This is what the average head weighs. So this is what we carry around on our necks every single day.
Yes.
So when we lay it down, look at that. Two key things that you'll need to notice. One, the walls of the pillow will not collapse.
No, no.
That's super important. I've got a demo that I'm going to show you. I'm going to lie on a pillow, and I've got a rubbish pillow here as well to contrast it. But it means if you're lying on your back or if you're lying on your side, you've got plenty of support in between your shoulder and your neck and your head. But secondly, watch this, right? When your head moves, boom, straight back to its original shape.
Snaps straight back. Even if you're at the side of the pillow, the back, the front, I mean, it's just...
But look how fast it goes back. It doesn't go back immediately. Everything has been considered within this pillow. So one of the things that Morel have done with the technology that's inside here, and again, just very, very quickly, it's the elephant in the room. If anyone's sitting at home going, but that looks like the GX pillow that you also talk about, Alex. It is from the same company. So the difference between the Morel and the GX is the core, the outer cover that you've got here with this. Now, what GX have done with this, hence why they've obviously designed it and called it Morel as a different name to distinguish. This is a more breathable fabric that you have here. The beauty of that is it regulates the temperature that goes into it. So with this pillow, anywhere on the pillow where you lay your head, it absorbs. That's the best way to describe it. The actual cover absorbs the cool air that's around and draws it into the pillow. So that if you're hot, when the heat from your body, your head, your neck, if you've got long hair, if you're a lady of a particular age, for example, and you're going through the menopause and things like that, if you run very, very hot, basically, if you're very, very sweaty, that heat will go into the pillow, but it will also be expelled throughout the entirety of the pillow because of the cover that you've got on the outside.
And as you move around, the sort of pressure pushes hot air out, and when you lift your head, the reflex action of the pillow draws cool air in.
And that's what it's designed to do, to draw it in all the way around the entirety of the pillow.
It's such a well-reviewed pillow. I mean, I know probably, 30, 40, 50 people that have got these and absolutely swear by them. Carol adores hers, she says, and she is a ShopOnTV viewer. I adore it, she says. This is far more than a luxury pillow. It is absolutely hands down the best pillow on the market, in my opinion. In one night, it got rid of horrid neck pain I had and helped change how I felt the next morning. I adore it, thank you. There should be an infinite stars option. I woke up in such a good mood and it stayed cool. Best pillow ever. Alex Miles, I believe it is, isn't it?
It is Alex.
Is a genius. Then we have Evangeline from Gloucester, another ShopOnTV viewer. She says, lovely pillow. We'll never have any other. If you're thinking of getting one, don't hesitate. Just do it.
And they all say this, don't they? This is the thing. It's literally review after review after review. 5-star reviews coming through, people saying the difference that it's made to them, so they're sleeping. And again, just before you go to Ken and Jodie, the other beauty about this, how it looks on the bed aesthetically, because it will always obviously go back to its original shape as well. It means it looks brilliant. It's always looking plumped up and buoyant. It's a fabulous pillow.
It really is. And in fact, Ken and Jodie say, I bought the Morel pillow because me and my wife were suffering neck pain. And we bought every pillow money could buy, and they didn't work. And the Morel pillow didn't disappoint. We had the best night's sleep we've had in years. We now sleep like babies. Would definitely recommend the Morel pillow to anyone. It is just, I don't think I've ever seen or heard a bad review about the Morel, the Morel pillow. The way I've described it when I've presented this on my own, and I'm sure you will attest to this, is that, and in fact you've said it yourself many times, generally speaking, you can go back thousands of years, and all a pillow, all a pillow is or has ever been is a sack with some filling in it. And we'll talk about the foam pillows in a minute. So that filling has got to try and do two jobs. It's got to try and provide support, but it's also got to try and provide comfort. And in actual fact, it can't do both. If you've got the wonderful comfort of like a down, then you put your head on the pillow and it goes voodoomf, and you practically, you know, all the down goes to the side, and you've got about an inch between you and the mattress.
Yeah.
If you give it support, and I've had firm pillows to provide support, you put your head on them and it's just uncomfortably firm. So there's no middle ground unless there is active suspension and active comfort filling. The pillow's no good in my opinion, and that's got both of those.
Yeah,
it's the only one I know that does.
Yeah, and again, you don't happen over that overnight as well. It took 9 months to develop this, and this, again, I'll tell you in a second, because the story behind it, the backstory is incredible with this and how the actual pillow was developed. But going back to the comfort level of what you've got in here, you hit the nail on the head. Now, you also mentioned there about obviously, if you're going to be talking about the comfort and the support that you're getting from there, those internal ties will give you that support. But if it was down, for example, that was in your pillow, well, you're talking about £100 plus for an all-down pillow. But this has a man-made fibre.
It's still rubbish.
Yeah, and still, exactly, and still valleys, and you still
It's comfortable, but it's still as a sleep aid and a support aid, it's rubbish.
I brought my little jar of samples.
Ooh!
Do you know what? I need to get a bigger jar. This is the jar. I brought a little jar.
Go on, splash out, mate. You're getting TV money now.
So, look at this. This is what's inside it. Now, this is like down, okay?
No, that's actually what it's called, isn't it?
Yeah, it's called like down. It's designed to feel like the very, very finest Hungarian goose down, but with the added benefits that you've got from this straight away is that one, it's quite springy, which is good, so it gives you a little bit of bounce to it. But the great thing about it is I suffer from allergies, so I can't have like goose feathers and things like that.
Oh, they make me horrifically allergic.
And plus the quills and everything like that come through.
Who loves a little? Well, no, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Scratch it.
Yeah, and then
You know what I'm thinking.
And I know, and do you know what the other thing?
Prodded in the night by lots of.
You see it as well. They say quill proof.
Quill proof.
Quill proof cover. Okay. I do a lot of stuff with bedding, as you know. I've yet to come across a quill proof cover because they get through. They wiggle their way through. With this, you don't have to worry.
Quills, they're a menace.
Yeah, but you haven't got those little stalks.
But can we just for a second go back to your the like down?
Yeah.
This is such a special pillow that even the like down is not it's not an off-the-shelf, can buy anywhere type of filling.
That's
even that is specially made.
That's specially made
by the GX
by Morel.
By Morel.
Yeah. So what you've got with this, so they've created that. They had to pull it, they had to stretch it. It took them 9 months to actually develop it. And as you said,
broke the first machine, didn't it?
Yeah, it wouldn't fit the machine that they bought for it. So you have a pillow blowing machine, which obviously puts all the filling into a pillow. Yeah. Because they tinkered and pulled and obviously stretched and made this like down ready for it, the actual machine couldn't process it through, so they had to recalibrate and create a brand new machine
just for this pillow.
Just for this pillow. So that's what I mean. The two key things that work so well with it. One is that support because of those internal ties that come in here.
So I always think of it like a suspension bridge, and in fact, well, why don't you tell the story? But before you do, the other thing I just want to quickly cover off and kind of put a check or a cross in the box as to why you want one of these and not something else. The memory foam pillows, I read something very interesting. You'll know this because you're a font of useless information like me. Yeah, pillow talk. And that is that those sort of shaped memory foam pillows, profile pillows, they only work because of the size of them on something like 70% of the population.
Correct. Yeah.
Because of the gap size. Yeah.
So the profile pillows that you see, one has like a larger lump and then the other side has a smaller lump. Okay, but only 30%. Take this on average, but 30% of the globe can actually work perfectly with those pillows because it's all about the length of our neck and how much room there is.
Also, it's only 30% work with them.
30% work.
So 70% don't
work with.
And plus they get hot, don't they?
They get hot if it's a low density form of memory foam. You sink into them, they get hot. You think about all the little muscles and ligaments and things that we have in our necks as well.
Sure.
In fact, I'll tell you the story and then remind me because I've got a rubbish pillow to show you as well.
Oh, great! I can't wait to see a rubbish pillow. I tell you, everyone who's watching, no, being serious. This hair is really starting to annoy me. Sorry. I'll just talk like this. What was I forgot what I was saying now.
Everybody tells me, before you show me the rubbish pillow, everybody tells me
No, it's completely gone.
Shall I just tell the story?
Let's tell the story.
Okay, so where did this pillow come from? Amazing, amazing story. So invented by a chap called Alex Miles, who's an absolutely brilliant guy, but a cabinet maker. Nothing to do with bedding, okay? Never made any bedding in his life. He was retiring. He was in his early 60s. He made, by the way, he made some beautiful cabinets real kind of bespoke furniture. And he got a phone call to say that his youngest daughter, Georgia, who was at university at the time, had been in the most horrific car accident. 1 o'clock in the morning, she'd been knocked over by a car. At that point, they didn't know whether she was alive or not. And this is the call he had coming through. So he was driving to the scene of an accident. All he knew was that she was in a coma, she was on the side of the road, and an air ambulance was on the way to her. So you can't even imagine what that must have felt like.
My son's sitting, what, 10 feet from me?
Yeah, you know, just, yeah, and again, same age as David, as your son. So to get that phone call, and she was, thankfully, she is fully recovered now. But then, as an extent of her injuries, she was in bed for a year because of not being able to get up. And I mean, not, you know, she couldn't even get up to go for a week or anything like that. So total bedbound. She couldn't even turn around to plump up her pillows. So her dad Alex wanted to do something, and he was, you know, kind of climbing the walls. And she said, "If you want to help me, Dad, can you find me a pillow that's going to support me?" Because you imagine, if you're lying 24 hours on a pillow, as we were saying before about pillows, they all flatten down. Yeah. And it's easy for you and I, because we just turn around and plump it back up and then you lie back down on it, until you can't do that. Yeah. So he went down to Harrods, spent £180 on one pillow that was all singing, all dancing, didn't work, same thing, flat.
He basically, look, you know what he'd have done? He'd have done what we'd have done.
Well, every
single pillow that money can buy, and none of them worked, basically. Yeah.
So, but because he's got an engineering mindset, and it was actually when he was walking home, he was walking the dog and he came home and he saw the lindels that were tying the walls to the roof of the house, and he thought, well, if they can hold up a roof, will they actually work in like a sense of suspension bridge? Yeah. Will that be the same thing for a pillow? In other words, when I put pressure on a pillow, it will always go back to its original shape, which it did. So, but he didn't create it for a mass market. He actually just made it for his daughter. Yeah. She lay on it, she loved it. He thought that was it, I'll go back to being retired. But his family was saying, this is a great pillow, can you make one for me? So his mother, he calls the Pillow Queen. She's got loads of pillows, she wanted one. He started to make them for friends and family, and slowly but surely, it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and before he knew it, he's like one of the biggest, best entrepreneurs in the country.
And then the phone rang.
And then the phone rang.
And someone said, "Hi, we heard about your pillow.
Yep, and he said,
we want to buy a few."
Let's do it. So that's the call that came through. Yeah. And he said, "Is that Dave?" That was my best Welsh accent, not great. "Is that Dave from the pub?"
No, it's not. It's Ron from Walmart.
But he still thought it was Dave from the pub. So
I can assure you, it is Ron from Walmart.
"Dave, I know what you're doing. Leave me alone, all right?"
I'm not kidding.
What are you
I want to buy some pillows, gosh darn it.
How many pillows do you want to buy?
We're going to start with a small order.
Yeah.
30 million.
30 million?
Yes.
30 million?
30 million.
Do you not mean 5 million?
No, I mean 30 million by the end of next week. Thank you very much.
So that was the call, literally. But it was 5 million, you know. But
was it 5 million?
It was 5 million.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was like.
Oh, all right.
So
you were trying to prompt me, and I thought you were. I thought it was part of the improv. No, it's all about yes and, isn't it? You know.
Are you sure, Ron?
Yes, and another on top of the 30, another 5.
Well, we'll make you 5 to start with.
We'll start with 5.
You could have made them 5.
5 million though, blimey.
Yeah, but there's 18 people in this factory in Wales, right, to make 5 million pillows. So obviously he thought it was a joke, but it wasn't. This chap really did call up from America. He wanted to put the pillows in 2,600 stores all over the States.
So they had to actually move or set up manufacturing
he had to go and license
in
it
America.
out there. Couldn't make them here.
And they did, and it became one of the most successful pillows.
Success. They're all literally, so they're patented. What I'm about to tell you, I don't even know if I'm allowed to tell you, but I'm going to tell you.
Well, tell us anyway.
So
that's what I like to do. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'll say it anyway.
Yeah. Where have I been the last month? I'd like to say I've been jet setting.
I have no idea.
Been jet setting, but I'm working with obviously Morale now in Italy, in Australia. In Canada, because obviously the pillow is starting to get so much traction because of what we do here. Because I'm afforded, thank you very much as well, everybody at home, and to you, and obviously on ShopOnTV.
Yeah, of course.
Because I'm afforded the time to sit here for an hour and explain and show you, and that's what I'm going to do in a minute. Because the best way to describe how this pillow works, I can press it and I can punch it and say, look at this magic trick, comes back to its original shape. It's laying my head down on it, and people are seeing the difference that you can see from it as well. And that is the beauty of this. It's not just the reviews, it's how it works. And I'll show you.
And any angle you come at it, it's always going to perform, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always going to perform.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I've just remembered what I was going to, oh, shh.
I'll put my glasses back on.
Someone just put 20p in Rob, my producer said. 20p, you can't even spend a penny at what is it? No, Victoria Station. I think it's 50p now.
Is it?
To have a wee? It was 30 I think it's gone up.
Is it contactless or have you got to put a coin?
I think you have to actually touch it to get it out.
Right,
okay. Oh Lord, did I just say that out loud? Moving on. Obviously different rules for ladies. I forgot again what I was going to say.
I'll take my glasses off and do my demo.
People always tell me, oh, someone's taken the 20p out.
That's my fault.
That was
I was too busy asking about contactless.
Oh, yes. Oh. Hallelujah. People always tell me they think they've had a good night's sleep. I'm going to make a bold statement now, but it's true. If you haven't slept on a Mirel pillow, and you haven't slept on the other pillow that I use, which many of you will know what that is. I'm not going to say it because it's not fair. There are only 2 pillows I recommend, as you know. There's the one I've got, and there's this one. You haven't had a good night's sleep. If you sleep on pillows that have which in English translates as, if you sleep on a pillow that contains hollow fibre, or if it has feathers in it of any kind, with or without the prickles at the end, or if it's got buckwheat, that was another one, that was a big trend for a while, wasn't it? Or foam, or anything else, you haven't had a proper night's sleep yet. And I do mean in your entire life, if you're an adult of my age, older or younger, in your entire life, you've not had a proper night's sleep with correct sort of head support, posture, spinal alignment, posture, control, if that's the right word, because there is no other pillow that we know of that's ever been invented to this point that can give you that. Well, there was one. It was called the Dream Wizard pillow, and it had an inflatable insert. They don't make them anymore. I got one of those for my mum. That's the only pillow, and that was 20-something years ago. That it literally launched an empire. That pillow.
Yeah, it did. I know.
But sadly, it is no more. Yeah. So what has now come? The only one that's got active suspension and support
no one can
is
copy
this pillow. So honestly, you're going until you, if you haven't got this pillow already, until you buy it, your night's sleep is always going to be slightly rubbisher. I know that's not a word. It's going to be rubbisher.
Not as good.
Then, yeah, exactly. But you can make it gooder by buying one of these right now. And I guarantee you, sleep on it for one night and you'll go, blimey, Rob, that you were right.
Well, let's show you why, shall we?
Yeah.
Because the best way to show you is obviously the demonstrations that we've got here. So we have obviously the Mirel pillow here. On my lap, though, I have a not so good pillow, but it's a standard pillow that I bought just from a supermarket. It's your standard hollow fibre pillow. You can see side by side, I've got one behind, so you can see the depth and difference that you've got here. But let me just take my glasses off for a second. I'm just going to come. Can you just hold the Mirel for me?
I'd love to.
Because I've got a great demo.
Flick it over.
I've got a new demo for you.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
He's invented a new demo.
Because there's not much you can do with pillows, but I have created another one for you. But, right, let me show you the rubbish pillow first and foremost. So if I'm sat with my back
is
up,
a load of old rubbish.
So this isn't a good one. As I lay down on it,
look
at the fact that I can see you in my vision shouldn't be the case. But the support of my head is tilted back, so I am obviously constricting my windpipe here. You can hear in my voice. This may lead to me snoring as well, but it's not a comfortable way to sleep.
Also, you can't see this, but I can see from my angle that the filling is all going to the side of your head, and your head is probably, not or less than an inch away from the mattress.
That's the mattress that's supporting me. I can feel it. That's literally my head stops. My head just stopped like someone like that, but it's not. It's the mattress that does that.
Yeah.
But I don't sleep on my back, so that's all right. I sleep on my side, and a lot of people will. And if you look now, sleeping on your side on this, it's awful because my head Right, not only is my head gone, so I've got all that in my face. Look at my shoulder though.
Yeah.
My shoulder's curling round. It's giving me more, you know.
This is where you wake up with a stiff arm.
No, well, no. So a Superman.
Oh yeah.
Didn't you? So that's the way that you sleep with this, or you fold the pillow over in half, but then you've got pins and needles running down here. My posture, my spine isn't aligned, so it's just not a comfortable way to sleep.
If you sleep on your arm, if you're a person watching now and you put your arm under your pillow,
why?
You've got a rubbish pillow.
Yeah.
If you have to fold your pillow over, you've got a rubbish pillow.
Yeah.
If you have to have 2 or 3 of those, you've got rubbish pillows.
Yeah, and that's what we do. We stack, don't we?
We stack.
But if you just pop the
just pop this one in for you,
pop
shall I?
this one down for that'd be lovely.
There you go.
Thank you.
Happy to. Happy to.
So on my back, if you're a back sleeper, look at the difference here.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. Can you see? Obviously, that is where the suspension is giving me that support. That's holding, cradling my head, holding it up in place, keeping me comfortable and supported here.
I can hear the difference.
You can hear the difference. I can't see anywhere near you because I'm in the right position.
Yeah.
But it's the side that I want to show you that's the key thing. Because like I said, I'm a side sleeper.
Yeah.
We saw with the last pillow. If you could just take the rubbish pillow for me for a second, Rob.
Yeah, sure.
So I'll tell you why in a second. Keep holding that one for me because that's my new little trick I've got for you in a sec to show you. But have a look. Now, you can see my mouth, you can see my nose. I can breathe clearly because I'm getting supported by the pillow. My shoulder here isn't rolling over. I'm not completely constricted. I am not the fittest person on the planet, but I will do my best with this. Rob, it's almost like like I'm your glamorous assistant. Could you please just slowly pull the Morel pillow out from under my head?
Ooh,
I'm going to keep.
I feel like Debbie McGee.
In the same place, right? I haven't moved my head. Now slide the rubbish one under there. See the difference straight away. Now I'm going to lay my head on the rubbish one, okay?
Yeah.
And I will stop when the pillow.
Oh my!
That is
you
where
look
the
so sad.
Me. Okay. I mean, I don't.
I feel like we need a sad pop song playing. You know, the old '80s drums.
Right now, take the Morel out, and I'll keep my head where it is.
You mean the rubbish one?
Yeah, take the rubbish one out from me. Okay.
Yeah.
Now put the just next to my head.
I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be able to get it in. Sorry.
Right, so
no, wait. Before you move your head,
put
your head back up to where the Morel was.
I don't know where you need to.
Well, roughly. Yeah. Do you want to, let me just shove it under.
Okay.
You might need a. Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
All right. So that. Okay. Now I'm going to take it out.
Yep. Take it out.
So now I'm going to double up the rubbish pillow.
Yep.
Right. So now it might fit under. So now that fits under. But now let your head go. And you still.
I've still had to turn my head.
Yeah.
Because the suspension on the Morel is what keeps my head in the position that it needs to be.
Yeah.
If my head's turning like this, my shoulder will start to move.
And also, is that comfortable?
How I will sleep. No, it's not. It's hugely uncomfortable. But this is what we do. So we end up sleeping. How many of us? This is how I would used to sleep, like that. Okay, cradling it, cuddling it. You don't need to. How many pillows do you sleep with at home? You only need. Literally, I
think that's why the Japanese started putting faces on theirs.
One pillow.
No, there are Japanese body pillows.
That is the difference that you get. So that support all the way around. And crucially, you think about the breathability that you get with the Morel as well.
I mean, because, you know, look, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, sleep is, I'm not going to bore you with why sleep's important. I think everybody's fair. Yeah, exactly. That's right. That's why we've got Alex. Finally, we're paying Alex now. Well, let's talk. Oh, no, there's the before. Oh, dear. And there's the after. It is slightly different.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Look at that.
Happy look.
Here's the best one. But look at, I can see how cricked your neck is.
Yeah. That's not comfortable at all.
And do you know, I mean, I'd love to know what the statistics are on how many hollow fibre pillows like that are sold every day.
Yeah.
I got 4 for 20 quid when I first moved back to England in 2018. And I thought it was a bargain. And I put all 4 of them, I had to use all 4 of them, and they still didn't provide enough support. So in the end, I just put them under I've got a storage bed. I put them under the bed and said, we'll just save that for when the guests come round. And then in the end, when the guests came round, they were even the guests hated that. I just threw them away.
Yeah.
They're
I know. Okay.
They're rubbish. Stop buying them, because you buy, you know, you might pay 10 for 2 or you know, 20 quid for 4, but you throw them away. But also, let's be frank, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Hi, I'm Frank. This is Frank too. What happens when you buy one of these pillows? Apart from the fact from night one, they're not very comfortable. Can you honestly put your hand on your heart? Is there anyone watching now who will look me in the eye and say that one of these is comfortable? You might think it is, but you know you're always futzing with it, and you're doubling it up, and you're wrapping your arms around it, and you're doing the Superman pose and all of that, right? So, Alex, let's say, let's say, for some reason that you've deluded yourself into thinking that this is actually a good pillow. What happens after about 2 or 3 months with this pillow?
Yeah.
Goes yellow.
Yep.
Sweat.
Stains.
Stains because it's hot.
Yep.
And then also it flattens down.
Anything else that comes into it as
well?
It's not breathable.
Yeah, the dust mites, because a lot of the carcasses and dust mites and their dung, they become a part of the weight of the pillow, and you can't wash it. And what do? You throw it away. So if you count up the number of pillows that you buy over the course of a lifetime, you might as well, for £34.95. By the way, that's for 2 pillows. Did I mention that? £34.95 is for 2.
Yeah, you're getting 2 of these as well.
It's a phenomenally good price.
You have a choice as well. You can see on the screen it says medium soft or medium firm. Just anyone that's basically, don't overcomplicate that is what I would say. Medium firm has 20% more filling. So that filling I showed you, 20% more of that in the firm than there is in the soft.
Yes.
All the technology is exactly the same. Those internal ties that obviously make the pillow go back and forward to its original shape, all the same.
Everyone I know that has one of these pillows absolutely loves them. Look, try it. What have you got to lose? Absolutely zero. Well, actually, what you've got to lose is a good night's sleep. Yeah. Alex, I want to see just how deep your knowledge about sleep goes. Okay. Let's really get into the nitty gritty, shall we? Let's face it, we've got an hour to go.
Yeah.
And I want to test your knowledge.
Okay, so why is sleep important?
Yeah.
You saw the rubbish pillow that we had over there a second ago. So when we go to sleep, we go through 5 different stages of sleep. The best way to describe it is like recharging yourself, like you would recharge your phone. Yeah. So one stage would be just for your muscles, let's say. Another stage would be for your brain. Another stage will be for your organs. So you need to go through each one of these, because each stage we go from 25 minutes to 40 minutes through each of the stages, which is why they say, ideally, to get an optimum night's sleep, you need to go through probably 2.5 sleep cycles.
They're about an hour and a half each, is that right?
Yeah, it could be anything from 25 minutes up to an hour and a half.
Oh, so it varies.
In them. So it varies depending on which one you want to be going into. But if you are knocked out of a sleep cycle, so let's say you're in stage 3 of 5 and you get too hot in bed, because 1 degree, literally 1 degree in the temperature can give you a disturbed night's sleep, or you're uncomfortable because you've got pins and needles in your arm because you're lying in the Superman position on your current pillow. Most people think, yeah, but I didn't really wake up. I was only awake for 2 minutes and I went back to sleep. Doesn't matter. You've knocked yourself out of stage 3 and gone back to stage 1. So let's say stage 5 is about rejuvenating the brain or the muscles. You never got there. You just went to stage 3 and then back to stage 1, which is why you might go to bed and think, hang on a minute, I went to bed, I've been asleep for 9 hours. Yeah. I've had a really good night's sleep, I think. I mean, I was disturbed a little bit, but I've been in bed for this amount of time. Why do I still feel tired? That may be the reason why. Yeah. The simple solution with a good pillow, and not just a good pillow, this is really important to me as well, because I can sit here and talk about a good pillow and how great this pillow is. You also need a great duvet that keeps you cool.
And a great mattress.
A great mattress. It's the 3 key things.
And temperature control in the bedroom.
Something that's going to temperature control, exactly, to keep you nice and cool. But it's not rocket science. If you fall asleep quicker and you stay asleep for longer, you wake up feeling better.
Sure.
That's not a statement.
You're supposed to not really move that much in the night, aren't you? You're supposed to wake up almost where you...
Yeah.
That happened to me. I don't know what happened the other night. For the first time in years, I went to bed, and it was without the aid of any libations. I literally got into bed, I think it was about 3 in the morning, and I woke up at 4 in the afternoon, and I'm in exactly the same position I fell asleep in. And I didn't wake up in the night, and I just felt I had a good night's sleep for the first time.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it makes such a difference as well.
Yeah.
When you wake up, when you feel that, when you know you've had a really, really good night's sleep as well, you feel more
Well,
refreshed.
actually, no, that was it wasn't 13 hours. It was, it was about 9 hours. Whenever I fell asleep and whenever I woke up, I don't remember the exact times, but it was about 9 hours. Anyway, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, and it's thinking, what for the value for money, for the difference that it can make to you, that is the big difference that you'll get with this, and you're getting 2 of these pillows as well. So I would say, I urge people, my job isn't to sell it. I have to be careful that, because I love it, because I sleep on it as well. Which
Yeah, sure.
My job is to explain and tell people why. So any questions, I always say, that anybody has at all, you know, why does it do this? Why is it better? Show me how this works. I can show you and explain all of the demonstrations, but it really does come down to these ties.
Yeah.
These internal ties here, which literally mean that this pillow is a complete bespoke experience for you who's sleeping on it.
And it's a solution that has been worked on through or from dire circumstances.
Yeah.
But you know, the inventor of this pillow was incredibly motivated to find the answer to the problem.
Yeah.
And he found it.
Yep.
And there, let's face it, you know, if he was building bridges, it's like, I can't get this blooming bridge to stay up. It keeps falling in the water. What am I going to do?
It's what he says to me. He says whenever he does this explanation himself and comes into our show, he says, to any engineer, it's basic, it's obvious.
Yes.
What makes me laugh, and I always think about this, because Alex Miles is a great guy.
Yeah.
He lives in Wales. He's a very, very proud Welshman, proud of his heritage. Cabinet maker, like I said, created these pillows. I always think, so I always talk to him, like if I go up and see him, we have a beer, and I always sit there and say to him, because this is the thing that fascinates me the most, not just about the pillow, because obviously I've learnt about the pillow. I've been sent up and down the breadth of the country telling people about it.
Yeah.
But there are so many huge pillow bedding manufacturers in this country. People at home will be able to name the big boys straight away. You'll know the names, you see them in the supermarkets. And the fact, I always say to them, the fact that this individual Welshman, right,
Yeah. Disrupted the entire...
Exactly, they spend millions a year, millions on sleep, these sleep scientists,
sure.
and no one came up with this technology.
And it's the most basic
And
thing.
it's
It's been around since the Egyptian times. You know, suspension.
Yeah, it's so simple, and he's just put it into a pillow, and the results he's having. And I can tell you this as well, the beauty with this as well, with these, when we talk about obviously the pillows, the big boys came after him. 2 massive high street companies came to him and said, we want to buy your pillow, we'll take it off of you, buy the patents off you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they wanted to just manufacture them and have them on the shelves. And he said no, because he wanted to keep control.
Control of the quality.
He knew that if they did that, they would cheapen the fabric on the outside.
Yeah.
They'd do something different with the filling, maybe a little bit less filling, because people
Well,
won't.
because, look, commerce is all about
Of
profit.
course it's about making money.
You know, every company, their primary purpose is to make money. So it means if you can get the materials as cheaply as possible and make the things as cheaply as possible, then you can increase your margin. And look, I'm sure everyone's watched Dragon's Den at some point. It's just basic retail economics. But you can go the other way. If you create a premium product, you say, you know what, I'm not going to sacrifice the quality of the materials, but it will mean that the product costs a little bit more. So yeah, this isn't a £5 pillow, and yeah, you can get a £5 pillow, but as we know, it's rubbish.
And how many £5 pillows do you buy?
Over the course, yeah. What is it they say? You buy cheap, you pay twice, don't you?
Well, again, what they say. If I now like to add myself in they of the sad sleep people, but they say, and I did a bit of research for it. Take it with a pinch of salt. But we buy on average between 58 and 65 pillows through our lifetime.
I believe it.
Don't ask me how I've got that number. Some will buy 80, some will buy 40. The point is, I bet those watching at home, you know, if you're watching this on probably like a JVC or a Sony or an LG or a Samsung, okay?
Yeah.
You definitely know if you've got an iPhone or a Samsung or an HTC, because we find what we like and we stick to it.
Yeah.
Can you name me what brand of pillow you have? I bet most people can't.
Well, there was, I forget who it was, you'd know this actually, an organisation they postulated that if people could return their pillow because they weren't happy with it, that something like 60 or 70% would.
Yes. Yeah.
Because honestly, and it sounds so redundant and ludicrous for me to even suggest it, but if you haven't slept on a Morel pillow, or maybe one other pillow that I can't name or won't name right now, you haven't had a proper good night's sleep on a pillow. You just haven't. And I mean, look,
Like I said, about memory foam.
I'm going to get into trouble for saying this, but we do, you know, we have a refund policy here at ShopOnTV. I want you to try this. Put your head on. No, don't put your head under it. Put your head on it, and sleep on it for a couple of nights, and see how you feel, because it is transformative when you suddenly wake up and go, oh wow, or other such words. Maybe insert well, actually, Paul said our director, he's got 2 of these. That the minute you put your head on it, you go, oh wow, and that's it. You have that wow moment. You don't know what you don't know, do you? That's the problem. You don't know what you've been missing because you've never experienced anything to compare it with what your current experience of sleep or lack of it is. But we do know that probably, I almost said most, maybe that's accurate to say most, I can't quantify it, but a very large number of people wake up every morning, even if they have slept for several hours, and even the requisite number of hours, feeling like crud. Aches and cricks and pains and, you know, and just general tiredness. I've been tired for 5 months, you know. I mean, I know I'm working a lot of hours at the moment, but I don't get a good quality of sleep because my mattress is kaput, so I've got to get a new mattress. So that's one thing. I've got a good pillow and I've got a good duvet. There's that. Yeah. But at the moment, I'm just sleeping on a torture device of a mattress. It all, you know, those are really the most important components. So do watch out for mattresses when we present them here at ShopOnTV. Do watch out for duvets, particularly the Mulberry Silk duvets, and we've got a Mulberry Silk show I think coming up next week. You need temperature regulation. So in other words, you need to be an optimum temperature. You don't want to get too hot. You don't want to get too cold, because the minute you do, you wake up. And then that disturbs your sleep as Alex. Yeah, no, I was thinking Alex Miles, and I was like, no, you're still Alex, as Alex Knowles was saying. But the same with the pillow. The minute your arm goes to sleep, I've woken up some nights when I've been really tired, and my arm's gone completely numb, and I've even worried that I've cut off the circulation for so long that I've damaged my you know, my hand. So that stuff wakes you up. Every time you just don't get comfortable. You fall asleep out of necessity, and then once you're in a light enough sleep where basically the pain, it's pain. You know, it's a painful way of sleeping. It might even be a teeny weeny bit of pain, but pain's still pain, and it wakes you up. You haven't had a good night's sleep, I promise you, and you will thank yourself when you get one of these now. 2 of them, $34.95. Just choose whether you want the medium soft or the medium firm. If you like a single softer pillow, go for the soft. If you like something a little bit firmer, or maybe you normally sleep with 2 pillows, get the medium firm. If you want to do what Paul does, if you sit up a lot, or if you're pregnant, or if you're convalescing, and you wish to sit up watching TV, playing video games, reading a book, whatever it may be. By the way, for the younger viewers, books are they are like digital iPads but made out of paper, and with lots of words on them. And you know, maybe get one of each if it's in your budget. But do try it and be sure. I want you to be sure, because I have every confidence that the minute you lay your head on this, and certainly the first night you sleep with it, you're gonna go, oh my God, why did I not buy one of these sooner? It's very easy to order from ShopOnTV, and so I don't sit here and tell you or make a mistake. We've recorded it, and we're going to show you that now. Here it is.
There are 3 convenient ways to place your order with ShopOnTV. Just scan the QR code with your smartphone's camera app to view the current on-screen item. Or go directly to our website, shopontv.co.uk, where you'll find all the products in today's show. Simply add the items you want to buy to your online shopping basket and check out. Prefer ordering by phone? Give our UK-based customer service centre a call on 03333 241 241. Friendly representatives are available to assist you 24 hours a day. Straightforward shopping with ShopOnTV. After you've ordered from ShopOnTV, we aim to deliver your purchases as quickly as possible. Postage and packing charges cover standard UK delivery, which is normally 3 to 5 working days, though depending on the carrier, you could receive your products sooner. Certain items may be offered with expedited delivery for a nominal extra charge. We'll give you a delivery estimate every time you place an order. Not going to be home or prefer to have your packages arrive at a different address? No problem. Just enter the destination information when you check out. Once you pay, it's on the way from ShopOnTV. At ShopOnTV, our goal is to provide you with the best shopping experience possible. Our team of shopping experts is dedicated to sourcing the latest, greatest and most desirable products at the lowest prices available, delivering them to you quickly, conveniently and ensuring your complete satisfaction. We're passionate about maintaining the highest standards of quality and service every step of the way from design to dispatch. Our nightly live broadcast is your TV window into the global marketplace, presenting you with a collection of carefully curated must-have items, demonstrated by our on-air team with honesty, integrity and trust. Plus, there's even more in our online store at shopontv.co.uk. So, when it's time to shop, shop on TV.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and well, I feel like I'm going to do some kind of song and dance. Forgot my top hat. Welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Lock, with an E. This is a broom. Oh, a broom that has seen better days, evidently. Now, look, the problem with these is it's got bristles, like that, you see. And there are loads of them, and they're all over the place, right? So when you try to sweep stuff up, this is really pathetic. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we found a new low point for my career. But that's because that's a load of old rubbish, isn't it? This, ladies and gentlemen, aha, is the Wonder Broom from Handy Solutions. Now, let me show you this. Wait, stay right there. Now, I won't have light, I won't be properly lit, but who cares? You see this? This has got lots of little silicone fingers, like that, you see, that compress. So what they do is they create a barrier as you pull the broom towards you. But also, this is a wonderful way of scrubbing your decks, scrubbing your floors. You can use your I mean, if you had a boat, in fact, boats, they tend to have, well, the ones that I've seen anyway, they have brushes very similar to these. There's also a squeegee on the back. So use it wet, use it dry. But let me go back to my original position over here and show you. What do you think of this, eh? Yeah. By the way, as I was saying, it does have, well, not saying, I was demonstrating. Pull that. No, that's a, see, that's a telescopic handle, that is. Yeah, and it locks into place if you go the right way. Just a twist to lock. Now, as soon as I put it on the floor and pull it towards me, see what's happening? All those bristles, they are compressing. So that means that it creates a barrier and it makes it much easier to get all of those little bits and bobs where you want them to go. See? That versus, went well, didn't it? That versus the other broom. Let me try this one over here. Here we have a row of lentils. See those there? Put that on there, put it towards me. Oh, where have the lentils gone? Ta-da. Right? And here we have cat pellets. Is that what those are? Oh, they're biscuits? Which end? Do they go in one end or come out another? I don't. Ready? Where have they gone? Ta-da. I mean, it's a broom that brooms, that sweeps. It's quick, it's easy, it's convenient. And again, what I do like about this is the fact that if you did want to scrub, I mean, I did my bathroom floor today and it had some ground in dirt and I was still using my little electric spray mop thingy with the replaceable head. I couldn't get this dirt off. I needed one of these. I needed something that was strong and something that was tough and resilient, that I could really give it a good scrub. That's what this is for. And then, of course, actually, if you are going to scrub your floors with this tile and what have you, then you can turn it over and squeegee away the water. It's great, isn't it? Yeah.
For me, with obviously, as you know, with the 4 million children.
Yes.
Crisps.
You have the population of a small country, don't you, when it comes to
literally.
children?
And do you know what the other great thing that you've got with these as well that I love about them that works better for me than a conventional broom? So my kids, for example, now they're at the age where they're making their own breakfast, and I wish they wouldn't. I wish, they're pouring their own cereal, and the cereal goes down, and it goes. I think people at home will know exactly what I'm saying when the cereal goes under, or other things go under the fridge.
Yeah.
You can't get it out.
Yeah.
Because of how thin that is as well, you can easily get that and
down the side of the fridge and stuff like that. They are really good, actually, I have to say. This is a particularly poor thing to use to demonstrate. I mean, it still works, but I mean, it's still doing it. But also because it's silicone, I think it creates a bit of a static cling. So I mean, this obviously you would vacuum. But do you know what it is brilliant at, quite literally, is if that was pet hair.
Yeah.
Then with the static that it creates in the brush, it's very, very good for picking that up. But you know what, Alex? I've got something I'd like to tell you.
Okay.
When you buy this today for $18.99, you don't just get the Wonder Broom.
What else do you get?
No. You also get the Wonder Brush as well. Now the Wonder Brush, same principle. This is very, very good, by the way. Instead of using a lint roller, we have to keep replacing all of the paper. This is perfect for brushing down your suit and whatnot. But there's something amiss here in the corner. Why it looks, I don't know, it looks like some sort of reptile.
A dinosaur.
A dinosaur, doesn't it? That is for carpets, in the gaps. For going, it's literally shaped so you can go in the grooves between the riser and the not carpets. What do you call them? Stairs. Between the riser and the stair. Yeah. The little divot, the rounded divot. So that's to get into all your nooks and crannies and corners. This is particularly good also for using on pets. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet, and I'll tell you where else where it would be really good.
Not on pets, but getting rid of their pet hair.
They'll love it as well, obviously, because of the silicone bristles you've got there.
Yeah.
That would be great as well for down the back of a radiator. All the fluff and thing builds up.
Yeah.
Run that across there.
Very good idea. See, he's not just a pretty face, is
it? Brush man as well.
There you go. Thanks. Have a feel. Also for your car, maybe.
Oh, it's much softer than I thought.
Yeah, it's very soft.
Really hard.
No. And the great thing about it is that if it gets dirty, all you have to do is just run it under the tap and you can clean it.
Yeah, it's nice, got ergonomics as well. Yeah. I like that.
Do you know what? We're not going to spend a lot of time on this because actually later this week, we're now technically Monday. Are we Monday now? We are technically Monday. The week has begun. Sorry if I've just broken that to you. I think it's on Thursday, maybe. There is a whole show of handy solutions. So Richard Meyer, the guy who brings these to us, he will be here and we don't have a lot of these in stock. So he did actually request the other day that we don't sell it for too long because otherwise he'll have nothing to do when he comes in to do his show.
Hello guy, my broom.
No, exactly. Yeah, precisely. I'll tell you what though, you know when you've got your brush and your Wonder Broom, the other thing of course that I know is high on your shopping list is how, just pretend it didn't happen. They won't notice. How do you clean your air fryer? Well, guess what? Now this is seriously good stuff. This is the Air Fryer Genie, and it's an air fryer cleaner. It's a foam. All you do is you spray it into your air fryer basket. It foams up. It attaches to the dirt, and you just wipe it away and then rinse it off. So it takes all the elbow grease out of having to clean your air fryer baskets. And I've got an air fry grill, which is not hard to clean, but it's a bit of a faff. With this, you just spray in the foam, wait for it to absorb the dirt and dissolve the dirt, and then you rinse it away. £14 gets you a pack of 2. So if you have an air fryer, then that is definitely something that I would recommend you get. 015 416 is your item number. And another great sort of British innovation, that actually, a UK company, a UK-based company that invented it. And do you know, so many people now use air fryers because I found when you buy an air fryer, you just don't use your oven anymore. And I've got an air fryer slash grill, and they're just phenomenal.
Yeah.
I use that and my hob occasionally if I'm doing veggies.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I used the oven now.
No.
I'm always using the air fryer. But again, especially with the kids, and there's so much that you can make in it as well.
Yeah.
I first of all, I was like, oh, nuggets and chips, that's easy.
Yeah, sure.
But when you actually look at it, there's so, like, you can do salmon, you can do
Oh God, yeah.
vegetables, all kinds
Well,
of things.
sausage. I mean, my sausage. You turn them once halfway through.
Yeah.
It does sausages, my Richmond sausages.
Yeah.
They're perfect.
Yeah.
I do steaks. I do pork chops. I do lamb chops. Sometimes I'll cut up some lamb steaks and put them in as chunks, and then just cook them for half the time, and then give them a bit of a turn. And by the way, we're going to be bringing air fryers to Shop on TV very soon, and I think we've got some really cracking deals coming down the pike. So if you haven't got an air fryer yet, keep your eyes peeled. If you have got one, you'll know that cleaning it, I mean, again, it's really easy to clean mine. The non-stick's so good. It doesn't take a lot, but it is still...
It's messy.
It's just messy,
It is messy.
The grease.
If I've got something like this, it's still getting it into the bowl and the
Yeah.
So just if that takes off even 90% straight away with the first wipe, and then it needs a quick rinse, happy days.
Yeah. Well, actually, as Paul, my director, was just saying, most air fryers, we do the same thing. We soak the baskets, don't we?
Yeah.
We put them, run them, bit of washing up liquid and hot water, and let them soak for a bit before you try and get the rubbish off of them. This just saves all of that faff.
Yeah.
This defaffifies frying. 015 416. By the way, how are you doing tonight? We haven't really said a proper hello to all of our audience watching tonight. It's an interesting night. It's it's a sedate evening, shall we say, with myself. But we would love to hear from you if you're up still at 2:30 in the morning. Then feel free to drop us an email, studio@shopontv.co.uk. If it's your birthday and you want to maybe a birthday shout out, or Alex and I will happily sing happy birthday to you. Because what's better on your birthday than having two sad middle-aged men sing happy birthday to you on television at 2:30 in the morning? Apparently, according to Gemma, that would be her best. That was the best present.
I'm going to sing song.
Well, Gemma, you know what? When's your birthday? Not until January. We will sing for Gemma in January.
I come back to talk about pillows as well.
Ah, yeah.
Or do I just
We'll
come back
serenade her.
and then go?
Yeah, Gemma's going to hold us to that.
Nice.
Paul would just like a beer for his birthday.
Yeah.
That's no problem at all.
And the bumps.
And the bumps.
Yeah.
do people still do that?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Don't know.
Oh, the number of broken backs that happened as a because of that. Unless, of course, you've got something to land on, like a pillow.
Yes.
See what I did there?
Nice. Yeah.
So, and this is not just a pillow. No. This is so much more than a pillow. This is a morale, baby.
As you say rightly, is the morale pillow. This is the pillow that is designed to never, ever flatten down. This was your head. This is a 10-pound bowling ball. Let's just say that's your head. You sleep on this for 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, as long as you want, you can lie on this pillow. Every time you move, it will always go back to its original shape. Every single time. And the reason why is because of the technology that's inside here.
Yeah.
Patented technology.
Hang on, technology in a pillow?
Technology in a pillow, Rob.
No.
In other words, in fact,
Let's show you a bit of technology
I'll show you
in a
where
pillow.
the technology
Go on,
comes
show
from.
us.
It's these ties, it's these crosses that are inside the pillow here that you can see.
Yeah.
They are slightly shorter than the width of the pillow itself. So when you put your head or any weight on the pillow, it braces it. It pulls the pillow in and it pulls the pillow up, which means it supports. It cradles your head, it cradles your neck. It gives you that support, whether you lie on your back or your side. It doesn't matter if you lie in the middle of the pillow or the sides of the pillow. It will always come back to its original shape every single time, and you're getting 2 of these.
Alex,
Yes.
you presented this pillow many times.
Yes.
I've presented this pillow many times. Many of our audience have seen this pillow many times. I know there'll be lots of people who haven't. And if you haven't, buy one. You'll sleep better. It's as simple as that. Take my word for it. Or don't. And don't sleep better, and you'll never know anyway, because you won't have tried. You'll have nothing to compare your current night's sleep with. But when you buy this, you will. And I know I'm being flippant, obviously, for comic effect, but I do genuinely mean when I say this is a phenomenal pillow. And I don't get commission. Again, I always say this. There's no reason I'm trying to push it on you. I don't care whether you buy it or not. You do you, baby. But if you do want to sleep better, then you're going to have a heck of a higher chance of doing so with one of these. And then I know for, well, can I say fact? I suppose it is a fact. I mean, everyone I speak to who's got one says it, so they can't all be wrong, right?
Yep.
But what I was going to say is sometimes we get a little bit too into the routine when we're doing these products, and we forget that sometimes people are watching for the very first time, and also we just kind of becomes a bit by rote.
Yep.
So I'm going to stir things up. I'm going to disrupt.
Absolutely.
I want you to look straight down the camera and tell everybody at home in your own words why they should get one of these pillows. None of the rubbish that you normally say.
Yep. Totally different.
Well, I say it's not rubbish. It's great stuff. Your material's amazing.
Because I'm glad, I'm glad I.
But you know what I mean. None of the normal patter.
Yep.
No salesman. Alex Knowles, Camera 2. Tell the audience why they need to buy one right now.
3 years ago, I didn't work on telly. I didn't have anything to do with bedding. I've learned all about bedding in the last 3 years. Some people introduce me as an expert. I never call myself an expert, just somebody who's learned about products. And the products and the well house that I like to learn about, that I've really become attached to, has been bedding. I've learned about sleep. I've learned about how it affects us, about how it makes us feel better, about the spinal alignment. Like I said, I haven't got any PhDs in anything. I'm not a doctor of sleep, but I have gone to lots of...
No, that's Ewan McGregor.
Yeah. I've gone to lots of different consultations to learn about sleep, so that when I bring a product like this, or a mattress, or a duvet to television to tell people about, I can back up what I'm saying. I can say this is how it works because I've researched and I've learned about it. This pillow was given to me when I first started working in shopping telly 3 years ago as the first product that the company I worked for at the time wanted me to talk about. I'd never seen it before. My audition when I had this pillow, because they showed it to me, I hadn't even had the pillow. My audition was taking a rubbish pillow. I don't know where I put my rubbish pillow.
Oh, it's over here. Incoming.
Perfect. So I took a rubbish pillow and I drew X's on it. Didn't know anything about pillows. In marker pen. Which, to my partner's astonishment, she was horrified because I knew nothing really about pillows. She bought all of the pillows and I spoke about it and I learned the patter, like Rob said, to talk to people to explain how the pillow worked, because that was my job. And then the company sent me the pillow and obviously I slept on it. And I never experienced anything like it. Now, I have sold pillows, all different types of pillows. I have. If you've seen me before, you'll see me talk about pillows. And I'll say this pillow's great because it's got silk in it. This pillow's great because it's got cotton on it. But I'll tell you with this pillow, because I can't sleep on every single pillow, just like I can't sleep on every single mattress.
Yeah.
This is the pillow that I sleep on, and this is the pillow that has changed for me personally, and for many other people. That's why I always encourage people to see the references that other people say about it, change their lives. And the reason why it's changed their lives is because of what's inside this pillow. It has a really, really lovely filling, but loads of pillows do as well, so cancel that out for a second. It has a fantastic cool cover on the outside, but loads of pillows do, so cancel that out for a second. What this pillow has inside it that is different to any other pillow, and I can make that statement because it's patented technology, are the internal ties that we showed you a minute ago, which mean that it's a pillow that will never ever flatten down. Now, it seems simple. What does that, so what? It doesn't flatten down, so I haven't got to wake up and plump up a pillow in the morning. Big deal. It is a big deal though, because this pillow won't flatten down. You don't have to do that. Because ultimately, I can tell you about comfort, I can tell you about filling, I can tell you about support, I can bore you to sleep with sleep talk, but it's just about you getting to sleep quicker and staying asleep for longer. And the things that stop us falling asleep are comfort. Well, it's a comfortable pillow, yes, but there are lots of other comfortable pillows on the market, fine. Temperature regulation, that's hugely important. Now, some pillows will also have what's called an organza strip and different strips down the side here. That's what the original GX pillow has. This pillow, though, has got a specific cover on the outside which allows the air to breathe. It's more porous, so it allows more air to flow through. But you know what? Other pillows have that as well, so it's not going to be the big fanfare. The big fanfare with this are those ties, those internal ties, which means it will always go back to its original shape. And you'll see from the little bit of video that we're about to show you here, when you lay your head on this pillow, you see the purple arrows that are going up? They are cradling, supporting, holding your head like a hammock. No other pillow on the market will do that. So suddenly, you have something completely and utterly different. I work very, very grateful for my work, but I work all around the country doing this, as you know. Sometimes I'm up in Nottingham, sometimes I'm in Newcastle, sometimes I'm in London. It could be a different place during the week. I take my pillow with me everywhere. I always do. A, because I don't like sleeping on hotel pillows because you're not quite sure where they've been. But secondly, because this is the key thing for me. For example, tomorrow I've got to be up at 9. Now I'm not going to get into bed tonight till about 4:30. I know I'm not getting enough sleep because we need to get about 7 hours sleep. I know 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock doesn't give me enough sleep. So all I need to worry about tonight, and I don't know if you're the same, if you're working shifts or you're working shorter hours or longer days, my biggest problem isn't comfort or anything like that, it's just getting to sleep quickly. It's not thrashing, it's not turning, it's not trying to make a pillow, make it comfortable for me. Because this is instant for me and for a lot of other people that you've seen in the reviews, it means I fall asleep quicker, and I personally stay asleep longer because I'm not moving around as much. If you are somebody that suffers from the same issues that I've had with that, my advice would be, try it. Try it. If it's not for you, by all means send it back. We go through loads and loads of different pillows. We always cycle through different pillows. But now the question, I guess, is why? And it's simple, because you haven't found the right one. This could be the right one, and it could be the last pillow, last brand of pillow. I don't want you keeping it for 20 years, because that's manky.
Yeah.
I want you to change it every couple of years.
Yes,
obviously.
yes.
But that's the whole point that you're looking at here.
Can I just say, so I was keeping an eye on the clock, so you've been talking for 7 minutes.
Sorry.
No.
You gave me one, didn't you?
No. Do we not all agree that if that was a presenter audition, he absolutely aced it? And that's exactly why I just shut up and let you go on with it.
Thanks.
I am now officially, as head of television, saying that you are on the standby presenter list here at ShopOnTV. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. I've always said that one day you would, that's what you'd end up, assuming you want to be on the list.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, email him. What did you think? Wasn't that amazing? Didn't he do well, as they say?
But do you know what, though? And I really appreciate that, and I really do. But
yeah, what does the director think?
The beauty...
Out of all the auditions he's seen so far, that was the best.
Thank you, Paul.
For ShopOnTV. Yeah.
But you know what, and I mean this, and people at home will know this as well. When you're talking about something that you're passionate about and you genuinely care about, and you can be real and honest with people, I think that's probably the most important thing above all. It's easy. It really is easy.
It's almost an empathy, because the way my brain always works when I see a product is I think, how's that going to help the person that's buying it?
Yeah.
And are they going to like it? Are they going to be happy with it?
Yeah.
And ultimately come back and shop again someday, And so that's why I'm very careful with what I say, because if people get something at home and I've told them it's going to be great and it's not, they'll never believe me or trust me again, So it is about having that empathetic viewpoint or perspective on behalf of the customer, really.
I come and talk about things that I like talking about as well. As you know, I've been offered, and very grateful for it. I remember I had to say no because I was offered plants. I've never been in a garden in my life. Never been in a garden in my life.
Yeah, you got to draw the line somewhere, haven't you?
I once, the only thing that I've done, I was so uncomfortable with doing it. I know we digress slightly, but
no, that's fine.
Again, it's about being honest and talking to people, right?
Yeah,
I once did a car cleaning product because a friend of ours, in fact, Alan Ennis.
He'll be back soon.
Alan Ennis was ill, and we needed to show it, and they said, Alex, can you do it for Alan? And I said, I'm ashamed to say it, I've never cleaned my car in my life. I've never cleaned the car in my life. Or I have, I've just kind of put a hose on it. So I'm not going to sit there and tell people about, how wonderful it is.
I think that's why you'll be a good presenter, because you'll ask the right questions.
Yeah, it was just
because you do have this natural curiosity, and you take a genuine interest in how stuff works and how it's going to, what it's going to do for people. Yeah. And I think that's quite an important ingredient to the job that the presenters.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do, because as you say, it's being real. We can't sleep. I can't sleep on every pillow. I can't sleep on. I mean, you were mentioning again with mulberry silk coming up. I sleep on GX pillows. Mulberry silk pillows are amazing.
Yes,
but I sleep on a GX pillow because it works for me. I sleep under a mulberry silk duvet. I think, with anything like this, I think probably the most important thing is we can talk about the science. We can show you at home, this is how it works, this is how soft it is. But it really is about getting it home and trying it. And
I love what you're doing with that pillow. Just to let everybody know, as you can imagine, Alex's girlfriend, very happy lady.
I mean, it's Sinatra.
But he's not much of a pianist because he can't find the keys. $34.95. What was that, Gemma? Oh, sorry. I thought I didn't. I didn't. Gemma, our producer, was just telling me something, and I was just busy gabbing, and I didn't quite catch what she said. And she's an important lady, so I had to make sure. Apparently, it's going phenomenally well. Yeah.
Good.
I don't know what that means, and compared to what, but anyway, no. It's. No, have we had any emails? That's I would like to know. Is anyone actually still awake at this time in the morning? Let's have a little look, shall we? Because if you have taken the time to email, I want to make sure that we spend at least a little bit of time rewarding your effort by at least reading the messages. James in Manchester is awake apparently. Hello James, how are you? Thank you for watching. He's bought a few things. He's bought a vacuum cleaner. And now he's quite tempted by the pillows. James, if you haven't got a morale, you haven't had a good night's sleep. Let me try and think. Without a morale, sleep is hell.
I like that.
Yeah. Anyone else, or was that it? Rob and Alex. Hello, Rob and Alex. How are you? Lovely to... Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, Rob and Alex. Oh, I see. Rob and Alex from Carol. I thought those names sounded
So did I.
familiar.
I thought, wow.
She said, thank you very much for making you laugh. I'll do anything for a laugh. I love making people laugh. I would be a stand-up comedian, but I'm far too lazy. I'm going to be the world's first sit-down comedian. No, actually, Dave Allen used to do that. He sat down or sat on a stool with a glass of whiskey.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely my lane.
Perfect.
Perfect. I do. It's a nice single malt. I've actually become much more disciplined in writing stand-up comedy because I do a lot of after-dinner speaking, things like that. And so it's
how you deliver it, isn't it?
Well, I was always afraid of the blank page, and I'm not anymore. And I think when I did my talk show, that helped as well. So it takes a lot of commitment being a stand-up comedian and travelling around the country and discipline and doing stand-up, open mic nights and things like that. And then also trying to pay your bills at the same time.
Yeah.
You've got to do it because you love it.
Yeah.
And actually, our producer is also a stand-up. Yeah, she's. I haven't seen her yet, but I've heard she's very good.
Is a lot of it as well. I mean, you have your material, of course you have your material, but it's feeding off the audience that you've got and wit almost.
To be honest, it is. I think you've got to, it's your material, but having a point of view is always good. So you have like a unique selling point, but you have to change the material and actually you go up and you do as many of these open mic nights as you can to test the material. So a lot of your jokes will work, but then a lot of them will die a death.
Yeah.
And you go, right, never do that one again. And so eventually it becomes condensed into this really, really tight set of however many minutes where all the jokes at work because they're proven in front of enough. That's every comedian, no matter how famous they are, they all do that.
Do you ever get to a situation though where you've written your own material, okay, and you've written your own jokes, but you watch, I don't know, something on Netflix or a stand-up, and they're telling the same joke, or you've accidentally taken someone else's joke, or is it?
I mean, I suppose it can. It's possible it can happen.
Yeah.
But it's frowned upon. You certainly don't plagiarise.
Yeah.
But it's unlikely that it would happen accidentally.
Yeah.
It's usually the problem is
Find your niche, don't
with
you?
TV and particularly with social media these days. A lot of comedians won't put their stuff online because the minute you do, somebody can nick the jokes.
Yeah.
Where and TV, once you've done a TV special, that's it. All that material is done. You'll never use it again.
Yeah.
So then you've got to start from scratch.
Yeah.
That's why they travel the country and do cruises and all that because they can keep the material. Yeah. A lot of the time when you see a special on Netflix or something, it's actually recorded over several nights with different audiences.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Little glimpse into the showbiz world. Who'd have thought? You turn onto ITV1 or STV, and there are two blokes talking about a pillow. And then suddenly we get into the world of stand-up comedy. I'd love to do it. Do you know why? Because actually, not even for the stand-up. It's because I'm an actor. As you know, as an actor, I take my career very seriously. But as a comedian, a lot of comedians get a lot of breaks. And I've studied comedy for years, and I specialise in comedic performance. But I always get cast in dramas, and I'm either killing people or telling people, or directing the people to go and kill people, or being killed myself. usually a mixture of all three. And it's lovely. I love doing drama, and it's all jolly good fun. But I want to break into. I always thought I'd end up being on a sitcom.
Yeah.
That was where that and hosting a game show. So you look at all of the comics in this country.
A great game show host.
Well, yeah, I did it in the States, but it's just
What
I don't know
type of
why.
game show?
Well, I did a lot of interstitial game show segments for I'll tell you later. We haven't got time on the air, but I've never done an actual full fat televised game show, and it's what everyone's been saying all my life I should do. But for whatever reason, the broadcasters, I've never had a break with the big broadcast. I mean, look, I'm on ITV now, but I'm here sitting talking about pillows.
Yeah.
You know, if it's 6 hours earlier in the day, and I could be doing a Saturday night takeaway. You know,
Yeah.
I always wanted to do something like the Generation game. That's my kind of
Yeah.
that fast or Noel's house
pillow.
party. Pillow, cuddly toy, exactly.
Yeah.
Well done. All right, Carrie. Well, okay, you've earned the right to continue talking about the pillow. And when I say that, it's my job. Yeah. And my son's going,
No, it's fine.
it's quiet. It's late at night.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. But no, but that's what I'm saying. Like Generation Game, that was the whole thing. It was
Yeah.
like it's cuddly toys, a pillow, it's all kinds of things.
I'm pretty quick on my feet, you know. So stuff that you don't have to give me a script. We have no scripts here. People wonder if we have scripts on Shopping Telly. We just make all of this up as we go along.
And do you know what? I know we finish at 3 o'clock, but if we didn't, and they switched the cameras, let's say at 3:45, and we didn't go home, we would still be having the same conversation.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it. It's very natural.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, exactly.
Well, the lights might be off, but and I'm
Yeah.
happy sat here on my own.
We'd probably be doing radio rather than
Yeah.
television at that point, but we'll leave a mic on for you, Rob. Don't worry. So anyway, back to the real world.
Yeah.
What's so great about this pillow?
So
for those that have just tuned in.
Yeah, anyone, well, do you know, if you're tuning in, you've either come in from a late night shift somewhere,
Yeah.
and you're going to bed, or you're not sleeping. And if you're not sleeping, why aren't you sleeping, basically? If you're not getting a good night's sleep, it could be, there's a load of things. Obviously, people worry, there's issues, and people worry about things like that. But it might also simply be the comfort. And by comfort, I don't just mean something nice and soft that you're lying on. I mean the actual full body comfort experience. So that when you lay your head down on a, perhaps, let's say, a not great pillow, you're having to fold it over. You're having to sleep, as I say, in the Superman mode with your hand underneath your arm to keep you,
Good pose. That's very good.
You know, to keep you.
You're very heroic.
I don't know why this hand's like. Well, maybe I am going into full Superman mode.
Oh, I love it. Because, of course, not a lot of people know this. Talking of acting, but Alex was in Wonder Woman 2.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a dead stuntman's double.
Yeah.
In Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah.
As well.
Were you face up or face down?
No, I was face down for Kingsman.
Right.
Yeah, I was face
So we've
up
only
for-
seen the back of you in
Yeah,
Kingsman.
you've only seen, no, because I got cut from that.
Oh, you got cut.
Yeah, unfortunately. That was. We're going to digress. but
Supporting artist.
I'm going to digress onto this story because it was quite funny.
Yeah.
I was an extra in Kingsman 3, so the latest Kingsman film that
The
came
Kingsman.
out. The Kingsman.
Yep.
Yep. I went to film it. I was very, very excited. They put me in a full military outfit, and I lay in a ditch with 300 other men and women, pretending obviously to be on Flanders Field. So obviously everybody was obviously in different degrees of death, basically. I was on my front, so all you could see was literally the back of me. So anyway, it doesn't matter, right? I'm in a film, I'm in the film, that's the main thing. I got a letter the next day, an email sent to me saying, thanks very much for coming, but apologies on this time, you haven't been selected. I haven't been selected. I was lying face down in a ditch. You didn't even see me. So yeah, that wasn't my greatest moment.
They say there's a lot of rejection in show business, but I got to say that's probably the ultimate
Yeah,
rejection of all.
But the best one, that I
love
was
it.
an extra, and just because my parents, bless them, and they're probably watching now, they probably won't be, they might be asleep. But I managed to get a part, again, an extras part in Fantastic Beasts 2. And the only reason why I did it very, very quickly was my daughter told me that she wanted to be in the school play and she couldn't do it. And I said, yeah, you can do anything, the user father talk. And she said to me, no, you couldn't be in a movie, Dad. So that made me think, oh, well, let's try. So I applied to be an extra and I got the role. And I got a role in Fantastic Beasts #2. And that was it. And I was super excited. So I didn't tell my parents this. I just told them to meet me at the local Cineworld, where I turned up in a dicky bow and a full, obviously, tuxedo. I had my own red carpet under my arm and a little bottle of Prosecco, which I rolled out in the middle of the Cineworld.
Wow.
To my dad saying, what is going on? And had my own little premiere went and sat in the film. My mum hates films like that anyway. I was cut, so I wasn't in that one either.
Oh, Joe.
But the experience was
Do you know it happens even if you're not a supporting artist? If you're, so I did 3 episodes of a show called Ray Donovan.
Yeah.
And my first episode was a big guest star episode for me. A bit of the story arc was all about me and what happened, my interaction with the Ray's family. And we spent an entire day shooting in LA, a full company. I mean, they must have spent $1 million for this day's shoot, and then so I spent the whole day with John Voight, working with John Voight, sat eating ice creams and chewing the fat, and I was asking him about his career and all this kind of stuff. And then about 2 weeks before the episode aired, they called me in to do what's called ADR, which is automated dialogue replacement. If the microphones have a bit of noise on them or they don't pick up the sound quite well, you go into a studio and you re-record your lines so they get clean audio, right? That's called ADR. And so I went in and I did my couple of lines of ADR, and I saw the work, some of the work anyway, that I'd done. And I was like, this is going to be amazing. And I'm in the whole episode, right? The whole episode, throughout the whole episode. And so, of course, I posted it all over Facebook and everything else. Come the episode, I've seen my work. It's 2 weeks before the episode airs. They've paid me to come and do the extra dialogue. And I watched the episode and I was like, there was one shot of me in a car, because the episode had run long and they were finishing up a storyline with one of the other main characters, and they didn't have time for my storyline, so they just cut the whole thing. But because the director liked me, he left one shot of me in. That meant I got a credit and I get paid residuals. Yeah. And then the next 2 episodes I'm in, I just show up and I've got a walking stick, and it's like, who's this bloke? And why is he walking with a walking stick? Because I got shot in the bum by John Voight. That was the whole thing in this episode, because I beat up Ray's son. And at the end of the 3rd episode, Ari comes along and beats the living daylights out of me, as basically as recompense for me assaulting Ray's son. But very quickly before we go, Gemma's going to start having kittens in a minute, but. So I was the only Russian gangster not to be killed at the end of the season. So I could have gone back. There was already talk of me going back for the next season. And then my very last shot after I'd been beaten up, I'm supposed to be put into the back of a Mercedes Maybach, and off they drive. And the Maybach pulls up, and then Ari kills everybody else. But I'm in the boot, so I survive. But the Maybach they provided had a fridge upgrade, which meant the fridge took up most of the boot. So I couldn't get in the boot. So as a last minute, they're like, oh my gosh, so they quickly had to make me up to look like I'd been beaten up. And I was then driving the car, and so I died. I got killed at the end as well.
You did? Okay.
I ended up dying, yeah. So I couldn't go back. So that was the end of my
All
Ray
because
Donovan.
of the fridge?
All because of a fridge. I lost tens of thousands of dollars of work
because of
a fridge. Yeah, yeah. And it was, and so who's emailed in? Mags. She says that this pillow has changed her sleep. Pillow? Oh, the pillow! Yes, of course. And apparently, who says that? And Mag says, I make shopping on TV fun. Thank you. I think that's an important part of it.
So do I.
Who wants to be bored while they're shopping? Thank you, Mags. Appreciate that.
And it's important because, like we were saying earlier, it is a pillow. I mean, it's a great pillow. It's amazing. We've done all the demonstrations. We showed you how it bounces back, how soft it is. But it's a pillow.
Do they have these in hotels? They should if they don't.
They don't, no.
Wow.
I don't know why, actually. That's a really, mind you, I probably do know why. So just to give you a little bit of background behind them. So they're a family-run business. There's 18 members of staff that work, obviously, there anyway in the factory in Wales, and they're that busy. To be completely honest with you, they sell them obviously throughout the UK. They're not in retail as well. We've only got them here, obviously, on the website and here on ShopOnTV. But now, because we're looking to expand, basically, we've had a call from Italy and we've had a call from Canada, as you know, which I'm starting to put together to bring the pillows over there, because we can bring them worldwide as well.
Sure.
So That's probably why they haven't had them in hotels. It's something they could look at.
And I can imagine they'd be great in hospitals too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think eventually
Well, it's
they'll end
support,
up
isn't
everywhere.
it?
Yeah.
Support anywhere,
yeah.
anybody who's, and not just sleeps as well, anyone who sits for a long period of time. You know, I always make this point, I always forget to do it as well. I don't make it enough because it's a pillow, right? So everyone thinks we're going to talk about sleep, and that's what we need a pillow for. But it's also great if you've got that chair or that armchair downstairs and you've got a relative who sits for a long period of time. Somebody perhaps who's in a wheelchair,
Yeah,
for example,
sure.
that just wants a little bit more support, because that is why this was designed in the first place, so that it doesn't flatten down. It will always, even if it's that support.
You can't compress. You can't. I've tried it. You can't put your hands together.
No, you can't.
Physically, it's not
No,
possible.
because of the ties that you've got in there as well. That's why they will literally. It's the counter pressure that you've got, which means it gives you that loft and that support, like we said, like a hammock for your head.
A hammock for your head.
Yeah.
I just remembered that Lisa Bonet was the reason that my whole episode was cut.
Right.
Yeah.
Why?
That's
Because she got the car.
No, it was, it was her storyline.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was the whole thing. Yeah. So yeah. But we do like Lisa Bonet.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much. You totally ruined my whole year. Anyway, no. Just it's so funny. Walter Matthau always said that to make it in Hollywood, all you need is 80 really big breaks. Because I've had loads of big breaks. They just haven't gone anywhere. I've been on pilots that have been picked up and then cancelled, or pilots that haven't been picked up, or things like this, where you have.
I loved you in Cobra.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I was so
Did you?
surprised. I remember I rang you like in the middle of the night. I was like, Rob, you're in Cobra, and you're like, yeah, I know. Alex.
And again, no, that was another one. I showed up on the set, and Robert Carlyle and all of the cast were really nice. But Robert Carlyle was just formidable to work with, and he and when I showed up, they were like, "Oh, you're the baddie," and I'm like, "I am," because they'd only booked me for one episode, but casting had said there probably would be other episodes, and it's because they were kind of writing on the fly. And so I did my first scene, my first episode, and then expecting there to be more, and unfortunately there ended up not being more. So they obviously took the story in a different direction.
Just quickly, because I've always wondered as well. I know we've only got a few minutes left.
Yeah.
How does it work in the movies? Do they like to the movie stars and you? Do they learn like a few words because then they go out and film that scene, or would you learn the whole script that like you would a play?
For that for each scene, you would.
For each scene, but you weren't for the whole film, for example.
No.
I've got one day filming this.
No, because it's all scheduled out, so you know what days so you just know your lines by the time you get to shoot that scene. But that was quite a long scene with that I did, so it was quite wordy for me and for Robert Carlyle.
Yeah.
And it was just, as you know, the two of us going backward and forward, head to head.
Yeah.
So you have to, you show up knowing your lines for that, and then of course you do lots of different angles. So we did that take probably 30 times.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you do
ad-lib it.
You can't. No, you can't. You have to. Well, Robert Carlyle wouldn't. I would.
Yeah.
But no, you don't. You generally don't change the script.
Yeah.
So we'd shoot it from my point of view. My close-up, his close-up, my close-up, wide shot there, wide shot there. Then they had tracking shots with the other people sitting at the table, and then over-the-shoulder shots. And so so we probably spent 5 hours shooting that scene from all kinds of different angles, and then it just all gets edited together. So it takes a long time. But you have to, every time you say the lines, you have to say them like you're saying the words for the first time.
Yeah.
That's the hard part. When you're on take 30, and especially when it's a very wordy scene as that was.
Yeah.
But that's
and you're doing it
half
in
the
an
fun.
accent.
And I'm doing it in a Russian accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's all the fun of the fair. So this is what you can't pull at that. If you pull at that that thread, I'm going to bite because I love it. I'm the movies and Hollywood and everything is my passion. But I do enjoy a good night's sleep afterwards. And what could be better for a way to rest a weary actor's head than on a Mirel pillow? I will say this in all earnest, in all honesty, in all truth. This is a phenomenal pillow. It really is. I'm not saying this from personal experience because I've not slept on it, but I am saying it on behalf of all the dozens and literally dozens and dozens and dozens of people who have and do every single night. And say that again, please, Gemma. And would I spend 34, if you could improve your sleep for £17, would you do it? That's what Gemma's asking you. It's almost, that's a great idea. We shouldn't sell a pillow. We should just go, better night's sleep, £17. And that's what, because you get two, you know, it's 1750. You get, or 1748. We're not selling a pillow. This is what Gemma's saying. We're selling a good night's sleep. Oh my gosh, she should come down and she should be on the air, shouldn't she?
Yeah, she should be.
Yeah.
Great.
I was very tempted to ask her to show us how to use the broom.
Yeah.
But she was very keen.
Not to.
No, she won't be clean. She's not someone who's into cleaning any more than I am. I had to clean my bathroom today, and I hate it when the bathrooms come round.
Yeah.
I just hate cleaning.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It's necessity, isn't it?
Yeah. I love sleeping though, and I love sleeping well, and that's what we're going to go off and do now. Thank you so much for watching. It was nice to have a little bit of just off-topic banter towards the end of the show.
Yeah,
I think we've made our point about them. No, you're always welcome. And I would love to see you presenting on here one day. I will take a day off one day and you can present for me. How's that?
Okay, pal.
Fair enough?
Lovely, yeah,
Because
thank you.
goodness knows I could do with a day off.
Yeah.
Until then, thank you. Alex Knowles,
Thank you,
ladies
mate.
and gentlemen, one of the best people I know. From everybody here at Shop on TV, have a great night. I'll see you next Friday.